Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Open Zoe 2015. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Open Zoe 2015. And today I am going to read you another book called FunnyBones. This is the book. So, let's see. It's called FunnyBones, if you didn't see. Funny bones. I can't even open the book. This is how the story begins. On a dark, dark hill, there was a dark, dark town. In a dark, dark town, there was a dark, dark street. In the dark, dark street, there was a dark, dark house. In the dark, dark house, there was a dark, dark staircase. Down the dark, dark staircase, there was a dark, dark cellar. And in the dark, dark cellar, some skeletons lived. There was a big skeleton, a little skeleton, and a dog skeleton. One night, the big skeleton sat up in bed. He scratched his skull. "What shall we do tonight? He said. "Let's take the dog for a walk," said the little skeleton, "and frighten somebody." "Good idea," the big skeleton said. So the big skeleton and the little skeleton and the dog skeleton left the dark, dark cellar, climbed up the dark, dark staircase, and stepped out in the dark, dark street. They walked past the houses and the shops. They walked past the zoo and the police station, and they went to the park. The big skeleton scratched his skull. "What shall we do now?" he said. "Let's play on the swings," said the little skeleton, "and throw sticks for the dog, and frighten somebody." "Good idea," the big skeleton said. So the big skeleton, the little skeleton, and the dog skeleton walked around the dark, dark pond, past the dark, dark tennis courts, and up the dark, dark swings. Oh, and guys, if you any of those like any of my videos, that's just my little baby sister. The big skeleton and the little skeleton played on the swings. They threw a stick for the dog. Suddenly, something happened to the dog skeleton. Chased the stick, tripped over a park bench, woof, and bumped into a tree. And ended up in as a little pile of bones. "Look at that," the big skeleton said. He's all come to pieces. "What shall we do now?" So "Let's put him together again," the little skeleton said. So the big skeleton and the little skeleton put the dog skeleton together. They sang a song while they did it. The toe bones connected to the foot bone bones connected to the leg bone bones connected to the hip bone bones connected to the backbone.
How does that go, the song?
The toe bones connected to the foot bones connected to the leg bones connected to the hip bones connected to the backbone.
I love it.
I love it too. Waffle? Oh, phew! Then they got mixed up. "Is that the toe bone?" the little skeleton said. "Where does this one go?" said the big skeleton.
A woof.
A woof? That's weird. When they had finished, the big skeleton said, that dog looks a bit funny to me." So does the little. So he does say the little skeleton, "We've got his tail onto the wrong end, and his head, phew, said the dog skeleton. You? At last, the dog was properly put back together again. The big skeleton and the little skeleton sang another song. These bones can bark again, and can run around the park again. Can frighten people in the park in the dark again. The big skeleton scratched his skull, and that reminds me. He said, We've forgotten somebody. Let's do it. We forgot to frighten somebody. Let's do it on the way home. They said to the little skeleton. Good idea, the big skeleton said. So the big skeleton and the little skeleton and the dog skeleton left the dark swings, went out into the dark town, and tried to frighten somebody. I wish we had a nice little boy to frighten. I wish we had a nice old lady to frighten. The trouble was there wasn't anybody ever was in bed. Even the police station, even the policemen at the police station were in bed. Even the animals in the zoo, of course, the skeletons of animals were awake. Squeak, 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 squeak. Snort. Ink. Gee up, Nelly. Good even, old. Who's the tricky boy? Who's the sneaky boy? Then have a cup of tea, pretty Polly. Put the kettle on the mother. Let's have a ride on the elephant, skeleton, the little skeleton said. Let's have a word with the parrot, skeleton. The big skeleton scratched his skull. Let's keep out of the way of the crocodile, the skeleton, he said. Then they were back when they were back in the street, and when they still could not find anybody to frighten, the big skeleton said, "What shall we do now? Bye bye. Let's frighten each other." The little skeleton scratched his skull. Let's frighten each other. He said, "That's better than nothing." Good idea. The big skeleton said, "Good idea. What a brain." "Come, I'm coming to get you." Gotcha! So after that big skeleton frightened the little skeleton frightened the big skeleton, the big skeleton frightened the little skeleton, frightened the dog skeleton, and the dog skeleton frightened them. Boom! Meow! Woof! Oh, they said meow because the dogs don't like cat. And he said woof to them. Wait, why is the little skeleton holding the big skeleton?
He jumped on him because he's scared.
I don't know why he did that. Help! Help! Yup. They hid around corners and frightened each other. They climbed lampposts and frightened each other. They jumped out of dumpsters and frightened each other. All the way home. And that is how the story ends. On a dark hill there was a dark town. In a dark, dark town, there was a dark, dark street. In the dark, dark street, there was a dark, dark house. In the dark, dark house, there was a dark, dark staircase. In the dark, dark staircase, there was a dark, dark cellar. In the dark, dark cellar, some lived. Some lived.
Some lived.
Some skeletons lived. The end. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know I did. And make sure you come to my channel every Friday, because we post the video every single Friday. Bye.